You've been lied to. That $200 tactical survival kit you bought, it'll be garbage in 5 years. But there's gear out there that your great-grandchildren will still be using. Today, I'm revealing 15 items that truly last forever. In this video, you'll discover the exact gear that preppers with decades of experience trust their lives with. Tools so well built, they become family heirlooms. I'll tell you why most survival gear is designed to fail, which brands to trust, and how to stop wasting money on disposable junk. Stick around until the end, because number 15 is something you probably already own but never thought of as survival gear. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we cut through the marketing hype and show you what actually works. If you're serious about real preparedness, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss practical advice that could save your life. Let's talk about what's really happening in the survival gear industry. Walk into any outdoor store and you'll be bombarded with tactical this and military grade that. Flashy packaging, aggressive marketing, and gear that looks like it came straight out of a special forces armory. But here's the truth most companies won't tell you. Much of what's sold as survival gear is designed to fail. Plastic buckles that crack in the cold, cheap tools that rust after one season, electronics that die the moment you actually need them. There's a different category of gear though. Items built so well they'll outlast you. These are tools you buy once and pass down to your kids. And the foundation of choosing this kind of gear comes down to one principle: quality over quantity. It's easy to get seduced by tactical marketing and flashy features, but the gear that truly endures is simple, robust, and proven. These are tools made from durable materials, designed with minimal moving parts, and built by companies that actually take pride in their craftsmanship. And here's the key: simplicity. Complexity is the enemy of durability. The more moving parts, electronics, and proprietary components a tool has, the more likely it is to fail. Forever gear is straightforward. It's easy to maintain, easy to repair, and easy to use in the most challenging conditions. Remember that as we go through these 15 items, because it's going to be a recurring theme. Let's start with number 1, cast iron cookware. This is the epitome of forever gear. Pioneers hauled these heavy pans across the frontier for a very good reason. They're virtually indestructible. You can drop them, bang them against rocks, or throw them directly onto campfire coals, and they just keep working. Think about that for a second. A tool that survives being thrown into fire. Cast iron develops a natural non-stick surface over time. As you cook with it, oils from your food create a seasoning that rivals any chemical coating, but without the health risks of modern non-stick pans. And the heat retention is exceptional. Cast iron heats evenly and holds that heat, making your cooking more efficient. When fuel is scarce, that efficiency becomes critical. Maintenance is incredibly simple. Clean it with hot water and a brush, dry it thoroughly, and apply a thin coat of oil. That's it. Do this consistently and your cast iron will last generations. Dutch ovens, skillets, griddles, if it's cast iron and you care for it properly, it's a forever tool. Some families are cooking on the same pans their great-grandparents used. That's the standard we're talking about here. Number 2, quality ferro rods. Now, forget those tiny keychain ferro rods you find in cheap survival kits. I'm talking about a substantial ferro rod, at least half an inch in diameter and 4 to 6 inches long. A quality ferro rod like this can generate tens of thousands of strikes. That's fires for years, maybe decades of regular use. Here's why ferro rods belong on this list. They have no moving parts. There's no fuel to evaporate like in a lighter, no wick to deteriorate like in matches. A ferro rod works in all conditions: wet, cold, high altitude. When matches fail and lighters won't spark, ferro rods still perform. Pair it with a quality striker, keep it in your kit, and you have reliable fire starting capability for life. It's one of those tools where spending a little more upfront means never buying another one again. Number 3, fixed blade knives. Many preppers fall into the trap of buying expensive tactical knives that look cool but don't hold up under real use. The knives that last forever are simple, well-made, and properly maintained. What you need to look for is full tang construction. This means the blade steel runs completely through the handle. There are no weak points, no connection that can break when you're batoning wood or prying something open.
The steel matters too. High-carbon steel holds an edge beautifully and is easy to sharpen in the field. Quality stainless steel is more forgiving in wet conditions, but harder to get razor sharp. Both work. Choose based on your environment and how much maintenance you're willing to do. Clean your knife after use, dry it thoroughly, sharpen it regularly, and a good survival knife will serve you for life. This isn't complicated, it's just consistent care. Number 4, military-grade compasses. GPS devices are fantastic when they work, but they rely on satellites, batteries, and electronics, all of which can fail. A quality compass is purely mechanical. No batteries, no signal required, no software updates. Military Landsat compasses or diving compasses are built to survive battlefield conditions or underwater environments. Many come with a tritium light source that glows for over a decade without any batteries. And a compass isn't just for finding north.
With a compass and some string, you can measure distances, establish boundaries, and navigate with precision that doesn't depend on any technology beyond what humans have used for centuries. When the power grid fails, when satellites are down, when your phone is dead, a quality compass still points north. That's the definition of reliable. Number 5, stainless steel water bottles. Single-wall stainless steel bottles, like those made by Clean Canteen, are nearly indestructible. Unlike plastic, stainless steel doesn't degrade over time. It doesn't leach chemicals into your water, and it doesn't retain odors, no matter what you put in it. Here's the advantage most people miss. You can boil water directly in a stainless steel bottle. Remove the cap, put the bottle over a fire, and you can purify water right in the container you're drinking from. No separate pot needed. A 32 or 40-ounce bottle becomes a hydration solution that will never need replacing. Drop it, dent it, scratch it, it still works. That's the kind of reliability you want in survival gear. Number 6, hand tools, specifically axes and saws. When electricity or fuel isn't available, hand tools become essential. The right axes and saws, properly maintained, will outlast multiple generations. Traditional European axes have replaceable wooden handles. The steel head can last literally centuries. If the handle breaks, you can carve a new one from available wood. Solid steel axes, where the head and handle are one piece, are virtually indestructible, though they're heavier and less balanced. For saws, bow saws and Japanese pole saws are excellent choices. The bow saw frame lasts essentially forever, and replacement blades are cheap and easy to store. You're not throwing away the entire tool when the blade dulls. Keep your blades sharp, oil the steel to prevent rust, and store them properly. Do this and your hand tools become family heirlooms. People don't think about it this way anymore, but there are axes still in use that were forged over 100 years ago. That's the standard of quality we're aiming for. Number 7, wool blankets. These may not sound tactical or exciting, but wool is one of the most remarkable materials for survival. Here's why. Wool insulates even when wet. Unlike down or synthetic materials that lose all insulating value when soaked, wool keeps you warm. In a survival situation, that difference can save your life. Wool is also naturally fire resistant. Sparks from the campfire won't melt holes through it like synthetic fabrics. Military surplus wool blankets are thick, heavy, and incredibly durable. Some World War II blankets are still functional today, over 80 years later. Care is simple. Hand wash in cold water with wool-safe soap, air dry, and store properly. A quality wool blanket will last 50 years or more. It's not glamorous, but it's proven. Number 8, quality leather gear. Full-grain leather belts, boots, and holsters are unmatched for durability. A quality leather belt isn't just for holding up your pants. It's useful for carrying gear, lashing items together, and emergency repairs in the field. Leather boots, with regular cleaning, conditioning, and re-soling, can last 20 years or more. The key is maintenance. Clean off dirt and salt, condition the leather with mink oil or similar products, and protect them from prolonged moisture. The beautiful thing about leather gear is that it becomes more comfortable over time. It molds to your body, breaks in perfectly, and lasts essentially forever with basic care. Modern synthetic materials might be lighter, but they don't come close to the longevity of quality leather. Number 9, hand crank and solar-powered tools. While most electronics eventually fail, certain hand crank and solar-powered devices are built for genuine longevity. Hand crank radios and flashlights use simple generator mechanisms. There are no batteries to degrade over time. As long as you can turn the crank, you have power. Quality solar panels, specifically crystalline panels without built-in batteries, can generate electricity for 25 to 30 years. The panels themselves are remarkably durable. It's
It's the batteries and charge controllers that typically fail in solar setups. If you choose systems where those components are separate and replaceable, you've got a long-term power solution. These tools provide priceless capabilities in grid-down scenarios. You can access emergency broadcasts, charge essential devices, and light your way indefinitely. The initial investment is higher, but you're buying decades of functionality. Number 10, manually powered tools. Hand crank grain mills, treadle sewing machines, and hand-powered well pumps are mechanical marvels that our ancestors relied on for generations. A quality grain mill with steel burrs and gears will grind flour indefinitely with basic lubrication. You're not dependent on electricity or store-bought flour. Treadle sewing machines let you repair clothes and gear without any power source. A quality machine lasts a lifetime and gives you the ability to maintain clothing and equipment no matter what happens to the electrical grid. Hand-powered well pumps use simple mechanisms that are easy to understand and repair. They can pull water indefinitely without electricity or fuel. These aren't antiques, they're practical tools that offer essential capabilities without any dependence on modern infrastructure. Number 11, quality multi-tools. Brands like Leatherman and Victorinox Swiss Army knives have earned their reputation for durability. These tools are made from stainless steel with carefully engineered locking mechanisms. With basic care, keeping them clean and occasionally oiling the joints, these tools outlast their already impressive warranties. Both Leatherman and Victorinox offer excellent repair and replacement support. If something does break, which is rare, they'll fix it. A quality multi-tool gives you versatility and reliability in a compact package. It's one of the few complex tools that genuinely belongs on a forever gear list because of how well they're manufactured. Number 12, pressure canners. Pressure canning is the safest way to preserve low-acid foods like meat and vegetables for long-term storage. All-American pressure canners are the gold standard here. They're made from heavy cast aluminum with a machined metal-to-metal seal. Unlike cheaper canners, they don't use rubber gaskets that degrade over time. With basic care, these canners function for 50 years or more. They represent true food security, the ability to preserve garden surpluses, wild game, and bulk purchases safely without electricity or refrigeration. In terms of long-term preparedness, a quality pressure canner is one of the most valuable investments you can make. Number 13, flint and steel fire starting. This is one of the oldest fire starting methods known to humanity, and both components last for thousands of fires. Flint is literally a rock. The steel is high carbon metal. There are no moving parts to break, no components to wear out beyond eventually needing to replace the steel striker after years of use. This method is skill-based, which means it requires practice and technique. But once you learn it, you have an unmatched fire starting capability that doesn't depend on manufactured products. When modern fire starters are unavailable, flint and steel still work. The knowledge and tools last a lifetime. Number 14, premium tarps. Canvas or ripstop nylon tarps, especially military surplus, are incredibly versatile and durable. A quality tarp serves as a ground cloth, shelter, rain catch, windbreak, or cargo cover. It's one of the most multi-use items in any survival kit. Proper care extends their life significantly. Store them dry, avoid prolonged sun exposure, which degrades the material, and retreat canvas tarps with waterproofing wax as needed. With this basic maintenance, a quality tarp can last 20 to 30 years. That's decades of reliable shelter and protection. Number 15, good rope. Natural fiber rope like manila or synthetic climbing-rated nylon rope is absolutely indispensable in survival situations. Rope lets you build shelters, secure gear, haul water, rig tarps, climb, and 100 other tasks. The longevity of rope depends on proper storage. Coil it correctly, keep it out of direct sunlight, which degrades the fibers, and regularly check for damage or wear. Stored properly, quality rope lasts for decades. In survival situations, there's a saying, too much rope is just barely enough. It's one of those items where you'll always find another use for it. So now you know the 15 items. But here's what matters: how you actually build this kind of kit. Start small and build over time. Quality gear costs more up front, but you only buy it once. Begin with the basics: a good knife, a ferro rod, a stainless steel water bottle. Add pieces as your budget allows. Each item is an investment in your family's security and peace of mind. Maintenance matters just as much as the initial purchase. Even the best gear requires care. Clean your tools, oil metal components, condition leather, wash wool properly, and lubricate mechanical devices. Learn these basic maintenance skills and your gear will last as long as it's designed to, which in most of these cases is essentially forever. Avoid disposable gear. Every piece of equipment in your kit tells a story about your preparedness philosophy. Are you buying disposable items that look impressive but fail when tested? Or are you investing in tools that serve reliably for decades? The gear that lasts forever isn't about having the newest gadget or the most tactical looking equipment. It's about making smart choices based on quality, durability, and proven performance. These recommendations aren't theoretical. They're based on real-world testing, real-world use, and trust in actual field conditions. The flashy tactical gear often fails when it matters most. The simple, robust tools are the ones you'll rely on when everything falls apart. Preparedness is also about community wisdom. There's always more to learn. Share your experiences, ask questions, and seek out advice from people who've actually used this gear in real situations. The best recommendations come from real-world experience, not marketing departments trying to sell you the latest thing. Here's the bigger picture. Preparedness isn't about fear. It's about responsibility. It's about being ready when others aren't, and it starts with making smart choices about the tools and gear you depend on. The items we've covered aren't just gear. They're investments in your family's security and peace of mind. Building a kit of forever gear takes time, money, and intention. You don't need to buy everything at once. Focus on quality, simplicity, and proven performance. Start with 1 or 2 items, learn to use and maintain them properly, then add more as you're able. With basic maintenance, these tools will serve you for your entire life, and possibly your children's lives as well. Preparedness is a mindset. It's about making calm, steady choices and investing in what truly matters. Whether you're just starting your preparedness journey or you're refining a kit you've built over years, remember this: the best gear is the gear that lasts. Not the gear that looks coolest, not the gear with the most marketing behind it, but the gear that will still be working when everything else has failed. If you found this valuable, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to Prep Pantry. We cut through the noise and focus on what actually works in real-world situations. Drop a comment and let me know which of these 15 items you already own or which one you're planning to add to your kit next. The journey to true self-reliance never ends, and every smart choice you make brings you one step closer. Stay calm, stay steady, and invest in gear that will stand the test of time.